Okay, what other kind of businesses? What about the smoothie shop? What kind of business model is a smoothie shop on the main street in your hometown? Direct sales, but the business model behind it is most often, unless it's a small mom and pop, a franchise. We have one on our main street in town called Tropical Smoothie. You actually buy a franchise from Tropical Smoothie, and they will set you all up. The benefit of being set up with Tropical Smoothie is all the recipes are done, all the signage is done, all the marketing collateral is done, everything's done. They have a brand name. All you do is spend your money on it, and you come in and move in. Now, how many of you, if you bought a Tropical Smoothie, you invested the money? It's about $87,000 for the licensing fee. You have to buy some equipment, you have to pay the lease, and you have to do, let's just say all in, once you get ready to open your doors, you spend about $150,000 to $200,000 to open your doors. $150,000 to $200,000. How does that feel in your gut right now? Yeah? Anybody's blood pressure go up just a little bit when I said those numbers? Okay, imagine if you actually did it. There's people in this room that I know have bought franchises. There's people in this room that have invested money like that. And it's this weight on your shoulders. But you're doing it because you believe in it. You're doing it because you believe 100% this is going to work. You've read somewhere or you followed somebody that this model will work. On day one, you open your doors. You're like, here I am, world. Tropical Smoothie. I hope I get advertising rights for saying their name 10 times on stage. But on day one, nobody shows up. That $150,000 to $200,000 that you had convinced yourself was worth it, how heavy does it feel now on day one when nobody shows up? That might as well be 10 million, right? It feels like a ton of bricks, right? So naturally what you'll do if that happens is you'll get frustrated, you'll stomp your feet, shut the door, put a chain around it, and go and call the company that sold you the franchise and complain and say, you scammed me. Natural process, right? No? Would you do that? No. How many of you, if that happened, on day two, would have your nephew on the corner with the big Tropical Smoothie sign doing dances, going, like driving traffic, being creative and pushing people into your company, right? That's what we would do. There's something kind of strange that happens in the internet space. People invest in companies or they buy businesses or they follow a mentor, and the minute they put that money in, they absolutely lose their minds. I mean, not you, of course, not you. I'm just saying. Some people just absolutely lose their minds. They forget. They don't get leads on day one, and they put a chain around the door, and they're like, oh, I got scammed. Then there's some people who are like, oh, well, that didn't work, and that fuels them. And they try harder, and they get creative. They create strategic partnerships, which your coaching zone people will help you learn more about. They find ways to drive traffic into their business. Whether you are promoting a company like SAN as an affiliate, or whether you're promoting your own e-commerce business, or you're really promoting something else. They try over and over and over until it works. As we're pulling the curtains back, I want to tell you something about the speakers that are going to come on stage after me over the next couple of days. I want to teach you how to best utilize them. First of all, I want you to ask every one of them if they've ever lost money doing what they're doing. I want you to ask them that because we get in the habit of talking about as much money as we made, right? I want you to understand that losing money, being broke, and starting from scratch and starting from the depths, it's all part of the journey. How many people get on stage and tell you about their stories of woe? But then I came back, right? Because heroes are only measured by the size of their villains. Let that sink in. That's why they tell the stories. The other thing you should realize when they tell those stories is, everybody's been there. If everybody's been there, that must be part of the journey. So as you're talking to these people on stage, as you're talking to these people in the hallways and your lunches and your breaks, ask them those types of questions. Have you lost money doing what you're doing? And if they're honest with you, they'll say, of course. I lose money all the time. And you say, oh, and that shouldn't scare you. That should just make you feel normal. Being broke is part of the journey. But there's the people that get on these stages have another thing in common. They did not let that stop them. Misha got up here and talked about there's no such thing as failure, there's only such thing as quitting. Ask them their stories about what got them to not quit. I've done this a long time, and I can promise you, as sure as I stand here, there's people in this audience that have, at times, maybe as recently as this morning, wanted to quit, okay? And I'm just here to encourage you. I'm going to tell you it's part of the process. It's part of the process to have those feelings. What's also part of the process is having the feelings of creativity and strength and energy to overcome those things. So I'm going to challenge you to do something this weekend. I want you to think about this Costco mentality. I want you to think about other businesses that you interact with and see if you can start dissecting and translating what their business model is and how it relates to internet marketing. Because there's something else about Costco that you need to understand. Costco doesn't only offer chicken, hot dogs, and gasoline. They offer an entire menu of products. They know that if they bring you in the front door with something which we call a lost leader, a front-end offer, or something like that, an ebook, a step program, bring you in the front door with these front-end offers, they know that there'll be a high propensity for you to buy something. And I love buying stuff from Costco because they've got good stuff. I mean, you see the look on my daughter's face? Like, that's good stuff, right? She won't get off of that thing. Wait, is she looking pain? No, she's having fun, I promise. So I do. I'm having fun. Don't let my face confuse you. I don't want her to fall off, right? When Costco sells me a $1.50 hot dog and soda combo, or they sell me gas cheaper than anybody in town, you know what it does to me? It makes me like them. My mind psychologically says, if they offered me that, which is a great value, the chickens are amazing. If they offered me that, I have to assume that the paddleboard's gonna be worth it. And I never regret buying it. So with that in mind, what did Misha say when he got up here this morning? He said, nobody from stage will sell you anything. Except who? Him. He said he'll make you an offer at the end of this meeting, right? Do you think it's reasonable that if he loses money on his front-end product, if he loses money on bringing you here to an event like this, for the sole purpose of educating you and inspiring you and getting you to move forward, that he's got something of value that you can't live without in your business at the end of all this? Absolutely. That would be a reasonable exchange, right? Is this helping? I'm the only one talking. Is this good? Say yes. How many of you, simply by correlating internet marketing and traditional business, now the light bulbs are starting to go, oh, this isn't voodoo. This is like real stuff, right? Now when you talk to your friends, like, what do you do? And you're like, I do business. It's not weird. You're not like, oh, I'm in internet marketing. They're like, oh, what are you going to sell me? Like, can you see now that this is traditional business? No matter if you're going to temporarily follow or promote SAN. See, I think SAN's a great model to follow in the beginning, right? But you should use SAN's franchise systems. It's not a franchise, but they've got everything set up for you. They got mentors, they got systems, they got everything on the menu you need. And if you use that temporarily until you get your feet under you and you figure out how to do it, later when you go to launch your own thing, your own e-commerce store or your own consulting services or things like that, you'll know how to do it. And you got to leverage, hopefully he's not listening, you get to leverage all the money he lost and all the sleep he lost for your benefit, okay? Because someday you're gonna come to somebody you met at an event and you're just gonna say, thanks. What you said pushed me. What you said inspired me. And at that moment, you will forget all the money you made and you will cherish those moments. Because there will come a time where you will be on the stage. I'm gonna prepare you for that. You are writing your story right now at this moment. I, at one time, sat at a table at an event and had to make the decision if I was gonna go all in or not. And boy, was that choice difficult. Okay, well, it was an easy choice. I had some stuff in my mind that was limiting me. But once I did it, it put me in motion to be where I am today. I run a multinational consulting company at this point in my career. I do work from home and I do wear pants. As far as you know. But it gives you that flexibility, it gives you that opportunity when you follow these things, okay? I hope that throughout this weekend, you're thinking about this Costco model and you're thinking, okay, Misha's done this and he's done this, or when you're running your business, are you willing now to lose a little bit of money to make a $47 sale? Yep. How much would you be willing to lose? Break even? Okay, she's willing to break even. You're greedy. I'm just kidding. But if you could get 60 million people to walk through your door in your business, would you be willing to lose a little bit of money to make that happen, knowing that they had all these products on the menu they could buy from you? Okay? Do you have a little bit less anxiety now of thinking, well, if I spend this money in advertising and I lose money? Well, yeah, you're going to lose money. It's called marketing. Okay? Would you rather do the Super Bowl method? Here's $3 million for 45 seconds of advertising the Super Bowl. I'm going to go, oh man, I hope this works, right? Would you rather do that? That's losing money too. Oh, but it's traditional, so it's acceptable, right? Hopefully I'm poking some buttons here. Pushing some buttons, not poking. So that's my point, is line up these traditional ideas with the internet marketing ideas so that you can better understand how you're running your business, as you'll make decisions differently. You will spend your money differently. You will create marketing funnels differently. You will create front-end offers differently. When you start analyzing all the companies and businesses that run retail in your individual markets and your locations, you will start recognizing how you also can do that. But what is Costco's #1 market position, value market position? It was my first slide about them. What was it? Location, location, location. In today's technological digital age, the best location that you can run a business by far is on the internet. You are in the right place. What is the #1 highest producing company right now in product sales in the world? Amazon. They are getting ready to be the first company to hit $1 trillion valuation. They went from selling books to selling everything, and it's all delivered online. I can make a purchase today on Amazon and it'll be at my house before my plane lands. They figured out a way online to do it. Location, location, location. You are in the right place. So if you're right in the place, this weekend is about how do I launch? How do I scale? How do I grow? When you go sit down and meet with your coaches in the coaching zone, okay, they're going to ask you some tough questions about what you've done to get started. As you start going through that, realize that you need to build a Costco model. Make sure you're offering all the products on the menu. Okay? If Costco only offered gasoline, we wouldn't have Costco. If they only offered hot dogs, we wouldn't have it. They offer a menu of stuff. Make sure that you have a menu of items that you're selling in your business. For those of you who are already all in, you offer all the products on the menu. You have the greatest opportunity for gain. You can risk more money in advertising because you have more opportunity to make money in the back end. So keep that in mind as you visit with your coaches. I will tell you guys, just want to thank you. One of the most common questions we speakers get is, don't you get nervous when you're on stage? And I always say yes. I get really nervous when I get on stage. Can't you tell? Until I get on stage and I get to see you. I'm not going to point anybody out, but I've connected eyeball to eyeball with many of you in this room. And every one of you have a story. This means something different to every single one of you. I've been there. I've been through that journey. I'm still on that journey. I have a lot of success ahead of me, and I have a few failures ahead of me I'm looking forward to as well. But this is the place where I learn. This is the place where I get my energy. This is what inspires me, is seeing you guys here. I promise you, as sure as I stand here, there's a handful of you that will be on a stage like this within the next 12 months because of what you started here at this event. And for that, I congratulate you, and I hope I'm sitting in the audience when you speak someday. Thank you very much for your time.